Hi, I'm Sylvia Raskin with the Prosperity Agenda. Welcome to Coaching You Up Close, our mini webinar series designed to work some quick tips into your busy schedule and help you improve your coaching skills. But first, let me introduce the Prosperity Agenda. For those of you who don't know, TPA is a nonprofit that's working to end persistent poverty by focusing on changing the way we think about, build programs, and coach families under financial stress. Coaching is a big part of the DNA of our organization, and we work with people all over the country on their coaching programs. So before we jump in, if you're joining us live, we'll have a question and answer section at the end, so save your questions. And today's session is about starting conversations about money. We know that talking about money is important, and that's why you've all joined us here today. But where do we start? Do we start with credit scores, banking services, loans? It's really easy to get overwhelmed by the sheer amount and complexity of financial information that's out there. And then, of course, there's financial skills like budgeting, saving, financial planning, and there's just no shortage of advice or tactics. And it's just easy to feel like you aren't doing enough to take care of your money, no matter how much of it you have. One of the most common emotions associated with money is shame. People feel shame about financial mistakes they've made, the situation they find themselves in, and how they think they compare to others. Another common emotion is fear that others will judge them based on their financial decisions, or for people in social services that will give information that harms people's financial lives. So what happens? We don't talk about money, and often people suffer in silence. They wait until the last minute or longer to ask for help when it comes to money. And people feel isolated and alone. And we lose opportunities to share lessons learned or ways that we've figured out how to overcome and navigate the challenges in our financial situations. When we do talk about money, people tend to stick to knowledge, skills, and access, like budgeting, credit scores, retirement, college savings. But this doesn't address the shame and the isolation and the fear. And it doesn't give us opportunities to share what we've figured out or how we've dealt with our challenging situations and our own experiences. In fact, talking about these hard financial skills before people are ready or while they're dealing with a lot of financial stress can cause more anxiety. People don't want to start doing budgets or checking their credit score if they feel like they know what the outcome is going to be at the end of the day. Alternatively, people who welcome someone's full self open up unique opportunities to understand someone's life experiences, their beliefs, their values, and their goals. Plus, you don't have to be a financial expert to connect with people about what you've learned in your life when it comes to money. So people who talk about this human side of money form trusting relationships. They reduce people's financial anxiety, and they create moments that people remember for a lifetime. So I want to ask everyone who's participating in this webinar, if you would close your eyes just for a moment or just reflect on a big financial moment in your life. So where were you? Who were you with? What were you thinking about? So I imagine some of you thought about a financial choice that you made. Maybe to buy a car, maybe to go to school. Maybe you thought about a financial mistake, credit card debt, overdraft fees. Maybe you thought about a financial event. This could be a medical emergency. This could be a birth or a marriage. First time you had to do your taxes together with someone else or alone. But I imagine that most people didn't think about sitting in a classroom listening to financial education. Those just aren't the moments that stick with people and really influence their decisions and actions moving forward. When we invite people's full selves into conversations about money, no one has to struggle through financial issues alone because they're too embarrassed to talk about it. Everyone can contribute their knowledge and experiences with money. They can talk about their strategies, their challenges, and lessons learned, even ones that came from challenging situations. And everyone gets to define their own picture of financial wellness without being judged. Our role in this story is we can be people who have non-judgmental conversations about money, and anyone can do this. You don't have to have specific financial education to be able to just talk about what were the moments and experiences that shaped your financial lives. How does your family talk about money? How do your friends talk about money? What's important to you about money? Secondly, we can learn more about what people's financial hopes, dreams, and intentions are. We can find out what's important to them and where they want to go next. What is that dream that's on the horizon, and why is that important to somebody? And that's going to look different for every single person. So every time you ask someone that, it's going to be a different answer. And depending on where they are in their life, that answer could change. So finally, we can find out who or what inspires people to set their financial goals. So deepening their purpose means that people are working towards goals that are meaningful to them. We've had some partners tell us that talking about money in this way means that they used to have it's very common to have a savings matching goal. And it seemed like people were just saving for the matching goal. And instead, when we kind of reflect on what's inspiring and why do you want to save, then people are able to continue that behavior into the future and really build it up as a practice. So I bet you're thinking about what tools can I use to be able to have conversations about money in this way. And I want to offer a metaphor that I hope works is that, so if we think about traditional financial education, that's like case management. Important. We need to know, the skills and knowledge and access. And to add on to that, seeing someone's full financial self is like coaching. Both are important, and the key is timing and relevancy of those conversations. At the Prosperity Agenda, we designed a tool called Money Mindset Cards. It's based on what people experiencing poverty told us about what makes sense to them when they talk about money and what is important to them when they're sharing information about money with other people. So money mindset cards are engaging activities that encourage participants to develop their own path to financial well-being. And our partners have shared that the powerful coaching questions that are a part of these cards help facilitators get to the root of sources of financial stress and unlock people's creativity when it comes to navigating those challenges or opportunities. Participants and facilitators alike have also appreciated the hands-on activities that spark these moments, spark these conversations that people remember, and allow people to share what's worked for them, to be both sources of wisdom and to have the opportunity to learn from other people. And that social connection really helps to reduce that isolation and shame that a lot of people feel around money. And there's 30 cards, so there's enough for ongoing conversations about money, because we know that it isn't just one conversation that's really going to allow someone to keep kind of breaking through maybe some walls they've built up around this. And so you can be the person who invites someone's full self into conversations about money. And we can all decrease the shame and recognize that everyone has knowledge and wisdom and insights about money to share with each other. I want to, after this webinar, we'll send out some more information about money mindset cards. We'll send out 2 sample cards so you can try this. You can try this with a colleague. They're short activities. Try them with a colleague, see what kind of conversations are sparked from them. You can try them with a participant or try them in a staff meeting as well. We also have a video that is our practitioners, our partners experience using money mindset cards and what impact they saw on their participants. And we also have a white paper about the missing element of financial capability, which is your money mindset, what we're talking about here, bringing your full self to conversations about money.